Dear students, today we are going to discuss classical relations and fuzzy relations. In last lecture we have discussed about classical sets and fuzzy sets. So if we define two sets on two different universes, then we have to calculate relation between these two sets. This relation may be classical or may be fuzzy depending upon the sets. So let's discuss about classical relations and fuzzy relations. So now let's start with classical relations. And fuzzy relations. So in previous class we have discussed about classical sets and fuzzy sets. So in classical sets the membership values is in binary states, means 0 and 1 only in the case of classical, whereas in the case of fuzzy the membership value varies from 0 to 1, means in between 0 to 1 also there are some values of the membership of various elements. Similarly, in the relation also, the classical relation will have only two states, 0 and 1. 0 means not related and 1 means completely related. Whereas in the case of fuzzy, again not related. If it is 1, then completely related. But if there is any value between 0 to 1, then partially related. That may be any value between 0 and 1. So basically what is relation? Then we will come to the classical relation and fuzzy relation. So far we have discussed that a universe has many sets like this one. So if we take two universe, suppose X and here it is Y. So the elements of this set and the elements of these sets are related. This relation may be constant or unconstrained in the case of classical relations. So whenever we are talking about two universes, X and Y, and we are relating the elements of one universe with the elements of another universe, we talk about relations. So to find the relations, we calculate first Cartesian product. So what is Cartesian product? Cartesian product is basically a means of producing ordered relationship among sets. Ordered relationship means how this element is related with this one. Pairing of the elements means this element, how this one is related with this one, then this element is related to this. This is the ordered relationship. So in this way we can calculate Cartesian product. Let's take an example. Let A is 0 and 1 and B is A, B, C. Set A has 2 elements and set B has 3 elements, and we have to find Cartesian product of A and B. It is denoted by A cross B equals to, now we have to relate. Suppose A is this one and suppose this is B. So we will relate 0a then 0b then 0c then 1a 1b 1c. Similarly, if we calculate Cartesian product of B and A, we can write A 0, B 0, C 0, then A 1, B 1, C 1, like this. If we calculate Cartesian product of A to A, then we can write 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. Now here it is important to note that 0 1 and 1 0 are different. Then Cartesian product of B and B. So in this way, like AA, AB, then AC. In this way we can calculate, then BA, BB, BC, then CA, CB and CC, finally CC. So in this way we can calculate Cartesian product. So this Cartesian product is basically giving you a relationship matrix. Now we will define crisp relations. Or classical relations. So let two universes are there, crisp relations. Let two universes are there, X and Y. So the Cartesian product we can write X and Y equals to XY, where X belongs to X and Y belongs to Y. This is the Cartesian product of two universes, X and Y. Now if we write characteristic function, because in the case of crisp relations we have to write characteristic function of X and Y. So we will write, since this is crisp relation, so it will be having only two values. One, if XY belongs to Cartesian product of X and Y, and 0 if this XY does not belong to Cartesian product of x and y. It means it is not related and it is completely related. Now, these crisp relations may we further have two types. One is unconstrained, another is constrained relation. Unconstrained means every element of universe X is related to the every element of universe Y. Suppose X universe contains three elements 1, 2 and 3, and Y universe contains three elements A, B and C. So if we draw sagittal diagram, we can represent this one like 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3 of X universe, and here Y universe A, B, C. Then since it is unconstrained relationship, means every element of universe X is related to the every element of universe Y. So 1 is related to A, then B, then C. Similarly, 2 is related to A, to B, to C, and this 3 is related to A, B and C. So this kind of relationship is unconstrained. So it gives a relation matrix like this one: 1, 2, 3, and here A, B, C. Now 1 to A is completely related, so we will write here 1. So 1 is related to A, B and C. That's why 1 is related to A, completely related. Then 1 is related to B, again 1, completely related. 1 is related to C, completely related. Similarly, 2, again 2 is also related with A, B and C. That's why 1, 1 will appear here. Then 3 is also related with A, B, C. Then 1, 1 and 1 will be here. So this kind of crisp relation is called unconstrained. And let's take an example of constrained relationship. So suppose X equals to 1, 2 and Y equals to A, B, and through the sagittal diagram we can represent it like this one. This is X universe. Here two elements are there, 1, 2 and Y universe. Here two elements are there, A and B, and 1 is related to A and 2 is related to B. So if we write relation matrix for this one, then it will be R equals to two elements are there, so 1 and 2, and here again two elements are there, so A here and B. Now we can see 1 is related to A, so 1 will appear here. 1 is not related to B, so 0 will be here. Then 2 is related to A, no, so 0 will be here. And 2 is related to B, so 1 will be here. So this is the example of unconstrained relations. constraint relationship. This is the example of unconstrained relationship, and this is constraint relationship. Here every element of one universe is not related with the each and every element of Y universe. Now we have seen that if there are two universes and they are related, their elements are related by a relation R. Suppose it is R. Now if we extend our theory to three universes, if we extend our this theory to three universes, that's what, suppose universe X, universe Y and universe Z. Suppose elements of X universe are related to Y through relation R, and elements of Y related to elements of Z through S. Then there is a question that whether the elements of X are related to the elements of Z. So to find this relationship, let's suppose it is T. So if we want to find out T, that is a relation between the elements of X and elements of Z, we have two techniques, and this method is called composition. So we have two methods. One is max min composition, and second method is max product composition. So how to write max min composition? First one, so T, that is the relation between universe X and universe Z. So T is calculated as R and this small circle and S. It denotes max min composition, and this is the characteristic function T, and T is between X and Z. So we will write here X Z equals to max operator Y belongs to Y, then characteristic function of R is in between X and Y. So we will write here X Y, min operator, then characteristic function of S, that is S is between Y and Z. So we will write here Y Z. So this is the formula by which we can find out max min composition, and we can find by this method the relation between elements of X and elements of Z. Second method is the max product, and this max product is represented by this. So we can differentiate between these two. It's a filled circle and it's a without filling. So T equals to R dot S, you can say, and the characteristic function of T here, it will be XZ. Again, it is a max operator. it is a min operator, minimum operator, maximum operator. So here also y belongs to y. Now characteristic function of R xy. Now here this dot will appear and we will write characteristic function of S yz. Now this is the arithmetic product. Means this is the product of the membership functions of these two. So let us take an example of max-min composition. It will be more clear by this example. Let R is given as x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3 and y4. 1, 0, 1, 0, then 0, 0, 0, 1, then 0, 0, 0 and 0. And S equals to y1, y2, y3 and y4 and z1, z2. So here it will be 0, 1, 0, 0, again 0, 1, then 0, 0. So actually what we are given, three universes are there. One is x, another is y, another is z. Relation between x and y is R, relation between y and z is S, and we are given R and S. R is between x and y, we can see here, x here and y here. S is between y and z, y here and z here. Now we have to find out T, which is between x and z. So first you write this blank matrix between R and Z. So in R there are three elements, x1, x2, x3. So my T will be in this format, x1, x2, x3, and T is between x and z. So z1 and z2, z1 and z2. Now we have to find out here what will be the values. It will be 0 or 1 because we are discussing only classical relation. So we have to find out whether it will be not related or completely related, 0 or 1. Okay, so our formula is T equals to characteristic function of T x z equals to max operator, characteristic function of R xy, minimum characteristic function of S yz. By this formula we can find out the membership values of these relations. So by taking this first one, x1 and z1. So what is the way you use this formula? So we can write here mu, this characteristic function of T x1 z1 equals to maximum of, now we have to take minimum. And how we will make pairing like this one and this one. So we will write it as minimum between 1 and 0. 1 0. Then second 0 0, comma, minimum 0 and 0. Then 1 and 0. 1 and 0. Then 0 and 0. Then we will solve it. So minimum of 1 0, here max will be in the outside. Minimum 1 0 0 0 0 and 0. So all will be 0, so it will be 0. So we can write here 0. Similarly, if we write between this equation x1 and z2, so we can write x of t x1 z2. So it will be max of now x1. So I have to find x1 z2. So I will take here x1 this line and z2 this line. So accordingly we will now make pairing between this line and this line. So again we can write minimum of 1 1. Then minimum 0 0. Then 1 1. Then 0 and 0. Now we can find out here minimum of 1 1 1, here 0, here 1 and here 0, and maximum 1. So it will be 1 here. Similarly, now I have to calculate x2 z1. So what we will use this second line of R and first column of this S, x2 z1. So it will give you 0 0 0 0 0 0 and 1 0. So it will be 0. Similarly, x2 z2, 0 1 0 0 0 1 and 1 0. So it will be 0. Now x3 z1, x3 z1, 0 this line and this first line, first column of S, 0 0, then 0 0 0 0 0 0. So it all will be 0. And x3 z2, so 0 1 0 0 0 1 and 0 0, it will be 0. So we are getting here t equals to 0 1 0 0 0 0. What it means that x1 is only related with z2. x1 is not related with z1, x2 is not related with z1 z2, and x3 is also not related with z1 and z2, because these membership are 0. Only one membership is full membership, and that represents that x1 is related with the z2. Now we can see through the sagittal diagram that we can verify our result with sagittal diagram. See, our X universe has 3 elements, so we can represent Sagittal diagram. X universe has three elements: x1, x2 and x3. Y universe contains four elements. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And Z universe contains two elements only, Z1 and Z2. So Z1 and Z2. Now what we are given here, x1 y1 is 1. It means it is connected, it is related, and x1 y3. So x1 y3 and x2 y4. So x2 y4. This is R basically. And here what is given? y1 z2. This is y1. You can write here y1, y2, y3 and y4. Similarly z1 and z2. So y1 z2 and y3 z2. y3 z2. So this is given here in the sagittal diagram. Now we can see here our Max-Min composition is giving that x1 is related to z2. Now see here, this is x1 and this is z2. This is the only related. x1 is related, you can see, and no other elements, not x2, not x3 are related to any elements of z1 and z2. So here also we can see that x1 and z2 are related, and here we are getting the membership value of x1 and z2 1 and rest are zeros. So in this way we can calculate the Max-Min composition. And now in the next lecture we will carry out this Max-Min composition and max product composition on the fuzzy relations. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. My mail is given in the description of this video. Thank you.